Ever wonder if your career calling has come and gone? PCN met up with a local resident who headlined at Boston Comics' Come Home event last year with comedians like Dennis Leary, Jimmy Fallon, Ray Romano, and Lewy CK, to name a few. You might think this person would be a young male comedian working his way up, but it's actually a middle-aged housewife from Plymouth, and this is her life story.
I was always pretty funny but quiet, pretty shy, but always funny, always looked at things a little differently than everybody. Grew up with Carol Burnett and Lucy, I Love Lucy, and thought those women were just amazing. I had a high school sweetheart, my high school sweetheart, Jimmy Hurley. I went to Cardinal Spellman High School. He went to Archbishop Williams. We met each other through mutual friends.
I would say it was love at first sight. She was cute, attractive, bubbly. That's what I remembered. Her energy was through the roof. And actually, I didn't think she would ever date me.
So we have 5 children now, Colleen, Elizabeth, Ryan, Joseph, and Brendan. And when they were babies, Jimmy, my husband Jimmy, worked 3 different jobs. He's a firefighter. He's a chief on the Randolph Fire Department. And he painted houses, and he was an Army reservist, so he was busy, gone all the time.
That was hard. It was hard too. It was those weren't easy days. There was absolutely no money. We were both working a lot.
So the comedy really kind of crept back into my life with everyday things that went on at home with the kids, and I'd think, why am I here alone? People have to see this and hear this. This cannot be. You know, real life is funnier than any fiction you could make up.
I would say humor is a natural, like an innate ability or an innate sense, and she has it.
My husband was watching television one night, and Nick at Night was on, and they were advertising. They were going to do a TV show, America's Funniest Mom.
Finally, a switch came on in my head. I said, Christine should be doing this.
So we drove to New York. I auditioned.
There's a huge line, all women waiting to audition. Everyone's got like 2 or 3 minutes, very short sets.
It was my very first time on stage. We had to do 3 minutes of stand-up comedy to audition, and I had never done it in my life. We wrote a couple things down on a cocktail napkin, and I just went up and told the story.
When she did her audition, it went great. And because she was an amateur, that's what the producers liked about her. She wasn't scripted. It was off the cuff. And one guy, actually one of the producers kept saying, "Where do you work?" to her. And she said, "I don't really work. I'm home with 5 children. That's my work." He said, "No, where do you work your comedy? What clubs up in Boston?" And she said, "I don't. I've never done it." And he said, "Yeah, you do. I'll make a few calls. I'll find out where you work." And you know, and then the other guy nudged him. He said, "She's telling you the truth." And he said, "How do you know?" And he said, this was pretty good. He said, because the girl in front of her was tall, and she never readjusted the microphone. She spoke up into it. She like lifted her head up.
I knew as soon as the light went on, the spotlight went on, I said, this is it. This is it for me. This is what I was meant to do. I couldn't have been more thrilled. It was just it was like such a great discovery in my life, and I ended up getting picked for the show, and it came in. I ended up coming in first runner-up. I got like $30,000 in a washer and a dryer. And
we thought, oh no, you know, the phone's going to ring off the hook, and you're going to get, you know, job. Nothing happened. And somebody told her that in New York, that you might have a tough time now because you started up here, like you started literally a comedy career at the top, meaning TV, and then now you're going to have to go down. But she needed to go back down because she didn't know the bones of the business.
So it took a couple years to, you know, build up a reputation, and I had to get out there and do some really crappy shows and kind of start from scratch, do the open mics and different things like that.
We kind of just believed that if you're doing what you love, things will fall into place.
You don't know what's around the corner. You just have to wake up every day and kind of accept what's going to happen to you. But you do have to make your own. You have to create your own destiny. You know, I was 41 years old when I started, and I love every minute of it. So here we are, 10, 11 years later, and I'm the most booked comic in New England.
So I'm proud of her for being able to do what she does. But I'm also amazed at how she keeps it. She keeps up her spirit. She keeps up the energy.
Laughter is so important. Laughter is health. Laughter is really I think is a cure-all. I think everybody has their gift, and you know what your gift is. You know what you want to do and what you can do, and it's never too late, and I have the best life in the world. I'm the luckiest person on the planet. It's just a great life, and I love every minute of it, and it's my life.